Hello, hola, you know who I am. I'm your girl, RenaRenaMomoney. I'm so glad that you decided to join me today. I have another good one for you. Today we're going to talk about how to get the homeowners / the seller to say yes to you on a subject to deal. Yes, you got all your information out. You've gotten that homeowner to give you a chance. And you also know that they've already talked to a few other people. Well, you say, how do I get them to say yes to me? How do I get them to sign the contract? Well, I got some answers for you, so come on in. First, you want to try not to give too much information on a subject to the seller. And you remember the old saying, keep it simple, keep it short. And it's always easy without terms. You definitely want to get all the information and the details and all that good stuff. And if you don't know how to do that, you need to get some scripts, go down the description and get the scripts. Look at some more of my RenaRenaMomoney Plus videos, because I talk about that. I talk about how to talk to the seller and all that good stuff. And if you need extra help, you know what to do. If you've been on this channel before, you know I'm giving out free valuable information to help you get started, to give you that edge, to give you that tip, to give you that tool. So if you haven't subscribed, you definitely want to do so. Go ahead and subscribe. And after you subscribe, make sure you turn on that little belly thing, and let you know when I come on here. I come on here every week, but I can't tell you which day I'm coming. I'll come on here every week so that I can give you valuable information so you can crush it. All right, as we jump right in, once you see that it is a subject to fit, you know, because there's some houses that it just won't fit. There's some deals that's not a great one. It's good to wholesale. It's, you know, it's different situations. But today we're talking about how to get them to say yes on a subject to deal. So once you see that, here's what you want to say. I'm just going to break it out down to you. This video is going to be short and sweet. You want to say, looks like your house would fit a program we got where we make the payments for you until we can find a buyer. You won't have to do any repairs. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Do you think something like that might work? Listen to the answer. Remember, I'm always saying listen, listen, listen. Two, you'll say, we will even catch you up on the payments to keep you in good standings. Because 9 times out of 10, they're behind in payments, and they probably haven't mentioned it, but 9 times out of 10, they are. So basically, you just want to say, hey, look like your house will fit a program we got where we can pay for your payments, or we'll make the payments. Don't say assume the mortgage, and we've talked about that. We'll make the payments and you won't have to do anything. You won't have to do any repairs. Don't worry about the tenants. Don't worry about what's going on. We'll take over everything. Do you think something like this might work? Or is that something you may be looking for? Or you think that'll help you out? Of course, by the time you get to that part, you've already had some questions answered. You've already built a little trust there. So the next thing that's going to happen is they're going to have questions, and you need to be able to answer those questions. After you build that trust, let them know you will not do anything to jeopardize your business or the money we put into the property to get it prepared to sell. Because they're going to say things like, well, how long would it take? You know, you need to know an answer to that. They may even ask you, how can we trust you? You need to know the answer to that. Another question that they will ask you is, how I know you will make payments? You need to know the answer to that. And one of the most popular questions that is always asked when you're trying to pitch a subject to is, when will it come off my credit? Now, there's a few more questions you're going to get, but those are like the pertinent questions. Those are like the most popular questions that you will get, and you need to know how to answer those. In a nutshell, well, we won't do anything to jeopardize our business or the money that we put into the property to get it prepared. We have to do this, we're going to need that, it's going to need that, and that's going to take thousands. So we're definitely not going to lose that kind of money. If you need more answers or you need more rebuttals, you need to schedule a coaching call. Look down in my description and you'll see where you can schedule a coaching call at Calendly.com/RenaRenaMomoney. Also keep in mind, if you have one and you're stuck and you just don't know what to do, and if you have contract in hand, you have gotten that person to agree, you can always wholesale it to me. I'm always looking for subject to in any city, in any state. I'm in Florida, but if it's a subject to deal, I will do that deal and you can still make some money. I would say this: you need to practice your objections, practice your responding skills, practice that, because you definitely need your seller-client communication skills going. You definitely need that. If you've never been in sales before, you're going to have to think of it somewhat like that. You don't chase the seller, don't chase the homeowner. You should retreat and follow up. Retreat and follow up. Always say things to make sure the seller is engaged. You're looking for their motivation. You're trying to find out why they are in that predicament, or why they're there. What's wrong with the distressed property? What's going on with them? And it's going to help you to create a better deal. Here's a secret. Here's a tip. Here's something that can really help you out here. Always ask why questions. If you ask why questions, that kind of take away the selling and the pitching approach. Ask why. You can also even ask open-ended questions. And you basically would ask the open-end questions if they started having rebuttals, or if they start having too many questions, or you can tell they're still on the fence, or you can tell that they're not going to go with you and they're ready for you to walk out the door, but they're just letting you finish. You could always ask that open-ended questions like, what happens if you don't make the payments? Because a lot of times they've already discussed it. You've already figured out that they're behind, and you want to know what they're going to do. What you're going to do if you don't sign with me, what you're going to do. But you're not going to say those words. Basically, what happens if you don't make payment? That's a good question. What happens if you don't sell? What happens? That's going to be your thing if you need to ask the open-ended questions. Again, at the end of the day, you're trying to get them to say yes to you. You are trying to get them to sign the contract. Always keep in mind that your tone must be right. Your tone must be right with every person. Every person is different. Before going into some more ways, you know what I like to do. If you've been on this channel before, I love to give shout outs. I love to give my thank yous. I like to give claps up to new subscribers and those that have commented. So take a look here. I have you streaming across the screen. I really appreciate you. You ought to give yourself a hand because you've taken that time out to help yourself to become a better you. And that's important. That's what you need in moving forward. That's what you need to push you to the next quarter. That's what you need to push you to the next level. So congratulate yourself and thank you so much. Make sure you come back. Make sure you come back. Again, if you need more tips and tools, if you need more ways to get that seller to say yes, put it down in the comment below and or schedule a coaching call. That's all I have for you today. Hopefully this video was helpful. I appreciate you. Thank you, and you take care.